last but not least, we got Snyder coming up, and I'm hoping he's not going to read this entire section of this class to us verbatim.
Verbates. No. What I am going to say is, they did update my class recently, and I had to change a large amount of it because some of the things that were in the old subclass didn't gel without their inclusion, so I just completely changed it. And this one I feel is going to be a little bit more in line with what the story is currently facing. So the big changes, you get your War Mage Edge earlier, which is the thing that allows you to add your intelligence to one roll of your damage die when you deal damage with a cantrip. You got a really cool new buff at level 2, which is going to be awesome for me because I'm bad at rolling. It's called reliable cantrip. And what it does is when you cast a War Mage cantrip and you miss or the creature succeeds on their saving throw, you, once per turn, you get to have them take minimum damage.
Oh,
That's cool.
Very big for
Yeah,
niche.
really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very. Actually, it's not even once per turn. It's whenever. That's
So you'll be doing a minimum of 5 damage if you miss.
No. I'll be doing a minimum of 7 damage if I miss. Because you can also add your War Mage Edge, which allows you to add your intelligence to it. So
Right.
when you deal at level 5, all of the cantrips have increased to multiple dice or multiple attacks.
Right.
So minimum damage would be around 6. Would be 6 right now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Very much so.
Increase.
That's good.
Yes. Yeah. I changed up some of my my tricks, so I no longer have the one that allows me to just cast mage armor at will, because I changed my subclass from the pawns, which was, hey, you can pick any. You get extra tricks, which are the things that alter how your cantrips operate, and you don't need to meet the prerequisites. So they removed the portion where you ignore prerequisites. So that was kind of lame. I was like, it's fine. If I'm going to deal with prerequisites, I'd much rather just deal with a completely different subclass. And I went with Lancer. And the House of the Lancers are essentially what if monks cast spells but never got Flurry of Blows. So you get unarmored defense, which is calculated with intelligence instead of wisdom. You deal unarmed attacks, which I believe are at the same scaling level now, which is it'd be a D8 at this level. For your unarmed attacks, you can use intelligence for those attacks, and if you were to grapple or shove, you'd use intelligence for that as well. And your fists count as melee weapons worth 1 gold for the component requirements of certain cantrips or just spells in general.
Nice.
Another really cool feature you get at level 3 is something called Shock Trooper. It's whenever you make a melee attack on your turn against a creature you can see, you can lunge up to 15 feet before making the attack. This doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, and it doesn't spend movement. So
Wow.
That's
yes.
wild.
Yeah, and you can even perform
The
this
not spending
if they
movement is insane.
is massive. You can
Yeah.
perform this even if they if it would cause you to travel through the air. You will fall afterwards, though.
That's still, I mean, that's crazy good.
Yes. So that means theoretically my effective range is 70 feet for any attack. Can't wait.
Holy cow.
I'm loving it.
I'm so excited. Can you
He
tell
just
how
built a
excited
better
I am?
monk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Talk about stepping on toes.
You can hit. I will not. See? Big brain.
Yes, but even when you miss, you get, I mean,
You do some
essentially
damage.
graze.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
graze but better.
Correct.
Without having to take a feat.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also a couple of tricks that I took later down the line with some cantrips that I think are really cool. But I still took some of the same ones where I still took Mystical Athlete, so that allows me when I cast Quick Step or Spring Heal, the ones that increase my movement speed and jump distance, they just happen at the same time. and they increase by double their amount. So instead of 10 feet, and it goes to 20 feet. So that's really cool. I still have infinite variations, which allows you to cast prestidigitation to do other non-damaging cantrips. So like that's how I was casting light. That's how I would do guidance and stuff like that, as well as silent cantrips. So if I do thunder damage, they did change it. So it's no longer 15 feet. It is now a 5-foot emanation, meaning it is a much smaller area. So it won't hurt myself or my friends, but it will still stop the person inside of it from casting spells. Because it's not silence anymore. It's specifically it's worded different. It's worded to just mean that you can't use the essentially you are deafened and you can't use the verbal component for spells. So they just removed the portion where it says it works like silence.
Gotcha.
The
fucking mage slayers over here.
Yeah.
yes,
Hey,
yes. Well,
guess
I
It's
have to
world.
punch a god. My goal is to punch a god. If they are in the air, I'm coming for that ass. That's like we got wins on wins on wins.
I'm clipping that, by the way.
Open that.
Do you
Coming for that ass.
do you still have Force Buckler?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. I know that's a Mysz staple too.
Oh yeah. So the cantrips I have at this level. I have 6 available to me. I have Force Weapon, Quick Step, Force Buckler. Force Weapon and Force Buckler are the ones that do the attack, and then the Force Buckler is the shield. Sonic Pulse, which is the one I did at the end of the last episode we recorded. That is kind of similar to like a Naruto Rasengan, which is like a ball of thunder that you force onto other people. And then my last one I took is a cool one called Moment to Think.
Ooh, I like that one a lot.
Yeah,
yes,
I've seen that one.
yes.
Right.
And I took a trick that augments it, which is even cooler. So a Moment to Think is a bonus action. It's a range of self, and so when you cast a spell, you briefly stop time for everyone but yourself. You can take one additional action and move around in your space. I'm reading that as though you cannot leave the space that you're in, but you can like pace back and forth. Or if you're at a desk, you can like rummage around in the area around you. That action can only be used to take the search, study, or utilize action. Furthermore, you can't affect or damage any creature or object other than objects you are wearing or carrying. And if the object leaves your hand, it also becomes frozen in time. It's just super cool.
That's so
it's
fun.
It's a real Quicksilver-esque kind of thing where it's just, oh, I'm just kind of out of it for a little bit. And the trick I took is, let me find it up here. Sorry, I apologize. I normally have all this stuff ready. Where are you?
Gosh, Snyder.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
Why don't you have this stuff all ready?
It's called, sorry, I apologize. It is called Magic Moment, and it's when you cast Moment to Think, you can choose also to stop time for a creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. The creature can take one of the actions permitted by the spell during your turn. So that means if we do it in combat or in something like that, I could have someone else also do those things previously stated. So study, interact, search, or utilize. So say if we were trying to find someone who was stealthing, or we were trying to identify some magic or something like that, we could do it in that way. It also allows you during the spell during your turn, and you can interact with one another while the time is stopped. During this time, you can take the influence action, exchange items, swap locations with a willing creature within 5 feet of you, take the help action for tasks while the time is stopped, attempt to stabilize an unconscious creature that has 0 hit points, or have a short conversation without eavesdropping or interruption.
That is
bonkers.
That is insane.
Yes.
Oh man, that's
Well, and
low grade
I'm-
time stop.
That's
I'm
pretty
It is
thinking, like,
localized.
there's so many-
No, it's localized time stop.
There's so many fun things you could do with the whole like specifically the line about like if something
Yeah.
leaves your hand, it is also frozen in time.
Yeah.
So like we could do like think back to episode 1 when Mysz had the box and was running away.
Mhm.
If Mysz could freeze time and then throw the box and then unfreezes, would the
Resumes.
objects
It's going in a different
momentum
direction.
still go?
Yep. I would
like there's
assume
so
as
many
much.
fun things that you could do, like because you're basically putting it in a state of potential energy.
You're suspending animation, and then it's going to continue through that. So,
so
those are some of the
cool.
cool ones. With the update to our backgrounds, I took criminal, so that's gonna give me alert. I was thinking between criminal, scribe, or sage. Those are the three ones I was thinking, and I think criminal is the one that makes the most sense, because magic initiate didn't really make sense.
Scribe would
for
fit.
skilled, yeah, but
would very much fit Mysz, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but
this one still gives me this gives me the old stealth, sleight of hands, and thieves tool proficiencies, and the ability to get my proficiency bonus to my initiative, which means that now my initiative bonus is 7, which is nice. And I can swap. So if it's more advantageous to have Eldon go first to debuff someone, or to have Kadima go first, because they can go and grab someone from 7 miles that way and bring him to us, or even to have Geverax we don't know what functionality they'll have in combat yet, other than their stated melee stuff. So we'll see how that goes, but it's gonna be very interesting to see how that goes. So I'm excited. We kind of glossed over it, but like the level 3, one of the level 3 features of the House of Lancers being called hand-to-hand Arcana also allows me to take an unarmed attack as a bonus action. So now that gives me a way to, if I'm not trying to defend myself, I can attack with a bonus action, which is really cool.
So yeah, you are just a magical monk.
Yeah. And then the cool thing at level 5 is something called Arcane Surge. And it's once on each of your turns, when you deal damage with a War Mage cantrip, you can double the number of damage dice by the spell, as if you scored a critical hit. If you use this feature to improve a spell that already scored a crit, the cantrip deals triple the number of damage dice in total.
What the fuck?
You can use this feature twice. You gain one of its expended uses when you finish a short rest, and you regain all on a long rest. And if we ever make it to level 11, I get another one.
So, okay, I have a question, and we do not have to get into this right now because I feel like this is going to get into the weeds. But with our crit rules...
it's worse. It's even worse than that, because War Mages, as they progress, they get bonus cantrip dice on top of things. So at level 5, I get an additional dice. So say at level 5, I were to cast Firebolt, which normally does 2d10, now does 3d10.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll figure that out off camera. And
I don't want to get into this right now, but I just thought about
Snyder's
it.
gonna have his own crit ruling.
Hey, no. It's already limited. It's already limited. Like my favorite part about this, they said they were really afraid of crits like overtaking things. So like War Mage Edge already says like the things that increase it is like, it already halves some of them if you've already used it, so it doesn't increase it again. It's so funny. But there's some really cool tricks I'm thinking about taking later on the line, that got updated. So I just can't wait to look into those as we continue.
And I'm just thinking about it. Like if you do that with a Firebolt, say it does 3d10, and you crit, it's 6d10, and then you use that thing. That's 9d10 on a fucking
No. All it would do is the way I would read it is that it increases the number of dice. So it would go from 3d10 to 4d10.
Okay, you said triple.
Because it's double. Because the way that base crit rules.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
The way that we run base crit rules is doubling, but that double is just maxing out a set of those dice.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
And
we'll figure it out.
Your bump up, that's you're sitting at like bases of 40.
Yeah, that's like with a cantrip. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, it's great.
I have to crit.
Yeah.
That means I would have to hit.
Hey, look, we'll see how the first crit goes, and then we can adjust on the fly if we need
When
to.
he hits
I can't wait for that first crit
damage
to
with a
be like
fucking
90 something damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will do the math off screen, like off stream, and I will just post it with I will do best case scenario, meaning what our good friend has thought might be the case, as well as the way I actually thought of how it would work in my brain, which is way more conservative than that.
Chat, what do you think? Should Mysz be able to crit insanely hard?
I mean, look, Snyder also doesn't roll very well, so it's gonna be like once a quarter that he crits. So maybe
all the rest of the time
maybe.
he's doing 6 damage.
Right, exactly. See, so
the trade-off.
It's all or
He's
nothing,
either
baby.
doing 6
It's all or nothing.
90.
Also, I can only do that twice. I can also do that only twice per long rest. Come on.
Yeah.
You're
twice
doing it in both turns of a combat back to
brother, I don't feel like you need to call me out like this.
I was like, yeah, okay, sure, twice per long rest, okay.
Yep.
So we have so many encounters
in reality,
it's
six times the fucking recording
it's
session.
Twice per short rest, and then once every time after that until we take a nap, a long nap.
What? No, that is wild. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I mean it's no different than action surge. In reality,
it's very different than action surge, but okay.
Mysz go burr.
Mysz go burr.
No, Mysz go.
Snyder, make sure you resend me that War Mage PDF once we hop off.
Look at that shit-eating grin. Look at that shit-eating. He's doing numbers right now. I can see he's doing numbers, and they're up there.
They're high. They're very high.
So the problem is, I don't have the only one that I have that could do even large numbers like that, isn't it? Because force weapon already negates almost all of that. Because at most, if I get the extra damage die, is on the first hit, so it's 2d10 to 3d10, so it's 6d10 on that one hit. That's it.
So 60.
60 per
No. It's gonna be closer to 30 plus 5.5 times 3, which is 17. So 47 plus 4, so that's 51.
51 points of damage at level 5. That's insane.
It's not that insane.
It is. I mean, if I crit, I don't know.
That would be on a crit and using a resource.
Just out of curiosity, what's the maximum number on a firebolt? On a fireball, a 3rd level spell. Just out of curiosity. What's 8d6?
8d6.
What's 8d6?
It's 48.
How many people can you fit in that fireball?
Yeah. I mean,
how often you roll in 8 6s?
Right. Like, let's be real here. You can't crit on a fireball.
It's
anyway. Before we said we weren't gonna get into the weeds. We're not gonna get into the weeds. We're gonna we're not gonna do
got
this.
into the weeds, and I'm here
done.
for
Immediately.
Nope, I'm done. I gotta go.
I can't believe you're.
Nope.
And
I will
this
leave.
is
We'll see what
us
happens.
trying to nerf Mysz as the people that are running the party with Mysz.
My favorite part about this is I was like, okay, well, look, this is less damage than a lot of other things, and you're like, nah, this guy that I've already started to steal on all sides, I can't let him do good damage. I see how it is. See how it is. Ah, yes, we're gonna take all the same skills. Yes,
I'm loving
we're
the
gonna
energy
take all the
that
melee
we're closing
damage.
this out with.
Yeah,
yes.
I was gonna say, I love how we're ending on a salty
big
note.
weird. Big weird is all I'm gonna say. Big
That's because
weird.
it's almost 10 p.m.
Who's taking your shit? Because it damn sure ain't me.
Oh, it's
I don't know.
for
Magic,
sure
magic
me.
weapon summoning.
And then Mysz took it
third
back
melee.
and is doing it better.
The third melee.
You
Well,
say as you're stealing monk shit from Kadima.
I will say that
No, we trained.
me and Derek had a long amounts of conversations about what the best one is, and we did think that this was the best one for that.
Yeah. And there's
in
nothing wrong
reality,
with a third melee.
Yeah. And in reality, no, I'm just joshing with you mostly. And in reality,
mostly is
Right.
going to be a 2-hour long conversation later.
Nope.
No, it literally won't ever happen. It's just a lot of it's just really cool. It's the changes of other things. They changed it too much to make it not what it was. So I was like, I don't like that anymore. So I went and found whichever one was the closest to what I was going to do, and this is it. So
Hell yeah, I love it.
can't wait.
Mhm.
Well, we'll have some more inter-party drama here in the next 2 days when we record next.
In 3 days.
Dude, I just can't wait till I get to level
See
10
you
and I
in
get
3
evasion.
days.
I say, and thank you all to whoever decided to stick with us and watch this. And yeah, I can't wait to see what these characters in the new 2024 update can do
Oh,
and what I can
can't
do
wait.
to them.
Can't wait.
Because the best part is Casey didn't get to talk at all about the monster manual. He's gonna be hitting us with "Kate, love you, bye."
Well,
Bye.
I love you. Bye. It's not out yet. It's
Bye.
recording.
Love you, bye.
It is scary.